To overcome life, you must first overcome your mind. Because we are not fighting against other people. We are only fighting against ourselves. And when you learn to stop fighting, and when you learn the concept of how the mind works, and you apply the concept, then you will be freed. Every religion is talking about uplifting yourself. And if we should put this into a scientific perspective, it is talking about having control over your mind, where your environment does not control you, but you control your environment. And by doing this, you control your outcome. And it doesn't matter what situation you are in. You can always control your outcome. You cannot necessarily change a situation, but you can change the way you view that situation. And because of the way you view it, you will gain way more than others who view it differently. The mindset that you have is what makes you who you are. Your characteristic traits comes from your mindset, and your mindset comes from your subconscious, and your subconscious is impressed upon through your conscious self. So what are you conscious of? What plans do you have? When you are in any given situation, are you conscious of that situation? Are you conscious of the outcome that you want? Are you consciously seeing the good? Are you learning? Are you consciously trying to focus on the positive, on what you can gain, and not what you are losing or what you can lose? You see, your perspective makes you draw conclusions. And whatever conclusion you draw, your subconscious absorb that. So whatever conclusion you draw, your subconscious draws that conclusion. And it is stored in your subconscious, and that becomes a part of your characteristic traits, or a part of you, a part of your identity. So just imagine, from a child until now, all the things that was impressed upon your subconscious is a part of you. And that's what helps to make you who you are. This is why you think the way you think. Can you change that? Of course you can. You can replace it with whatever thing you want to replace it with. But you must be conscious of what you want. And you must have a plan. And you must apply that plan. And you must do it in a repetitive way, because repetition is the key to your subconscious. All right? And accepting what you are doing is also the key. Repetition and acceptance. Because after you repeated something for a few times, you will begin to accept it because of the repetition. So even if you didn't accept it in the first place, you begin to accept it because of repetition. This is how important repetition is. When you were a child and you learned how to read and write, it was through repetition. You learn to speak correctly through repetition. Everything that you do, when you add repetition, you become better over time. So for you to master or be in control of yourself, to be in control of your mind, to be in control of your world, you must be conscious of what you are doing, and you must make a plan, because a plan sets out a path for you to go to, and you must be positive, and you must have repetition. And it does help to also throw in affirmations like I am, and it helps tremendously to use your imagination and to daydream upon what you want. But when you're daydreaming, you have to add your feelings to make it real. Just like how you would watch a video clip, you have to make whatever you want in your life that vivid, and make it as if you have already received it, and embrace the feeling that you should feel. However way that you want to gain that feeling, you do it. So even if you have to draw from something different, for example, the first time you had your baby, however that feeling was, you can take that feeling and put it in your video clip as to whatever it is you want to achieve in your imagination. And before you go to bed at night, you can replay this. And this is one way of impressing upon your subconscious what you want. And you're doing it every night, so you're doing it in repetition. And the brain will accept this over time. And you're also adding feelings. And it's good to add scent, because you're making your video clip as realistic as it can be. So you're adding all of the five senses. You're seeing the different colors, you're feeling your feelings plus your feelings. So touch, if you're touching anything rough or smooth, you should add that into your video clip. And if you cannot do this all at once, every night just try to add something extra. So if you start out basic as whatever it is you want to accomplish, and you see yourself with a trophy, that's fine. And the next night you can use your imagination and increase it as to, is the trophy cold against your skin? What does it say on the trophy? And the other night now, which is the next night, you can add someone giving you the trophy. And every night you can add something to your scene. Don't change anything, but add to it. Add to it to make it more realistic. And you are impressing upon your mind without even knowing. And everyone daydreams, but a lot of times we daydream about bad things. And a lot of times we don't daydream at the right time. And a lot of time after we daydream, we say, this will never happen. You got to keep that in mind. Whenever you're daydreaming, don't end it with, this will never happen. Because you just wasted your time daydreaming. This is why it's important to do it at night, because you will just fall asleep in that state, and you won't even have time to say this will not happen. These little things will help change the way you think. It will change your characteristic traits. It will change your identity because it will impress upon your subconscious mind. You are in control. No one else is. We only give control to someone else, and it seems as if we are not in control. Whenever you think you are not in control, your life will be disastrous because you will always blame someone else. You will never take responsibility because you're saying it's because of him or her. But when you are in control, when you are conscious of what you are doing, conscious of your choices, conscious of your plan, conscious of impressing upon the subconscious, you will not blame anyone. You will just learn from your mistakes and correct them as you are going. And that's how life is supposed to be. Life is not about blaming. It's about learning and growing and getting better. We try to achieve perfection, but perfection is not the goal. The goal is to get better as you grow every day. So be yourself. And if there's something that you want to change about yourself when it comes to your mind and how you think, you are able to. You just need to know the proper steps, and you need to implement them daily, just like a routine. Practice will make you better. It doesn't promise it's going to make you perfect, but it will make you better. And that's all we should strive for, to be better. Be better than who we were yesterday, because that shows progress. You are moving forward, not staying one place, because life is always moving forward. Time doesn't sit still. You should not sit still. School is not the only place where we can learn. We learn in life. Those who teach in school are wherever they got the idea of teaching from, it came from life. So what I'm trying to say is, life teaches you. You just have to be a student, and you have to learn the proper techniques, and then you have to implement them so you can be the best version of yourself. Don't compare yourself with anyone else, because you are not in competition with anyone else. You are only in competition with yourself. You are in competition with your previous self. Strive to be better, because you can be better if you want to be. And that's the magic word, if you want to be. No one controls your life but you. It may seem as if others control your life, but that's what they want you to think. If you control the way you think, you control your life. You may not always control the external environment, but if you control how you think, eventually you will gain more control over your external environment. But it takes time. Practice, repetition, grow and learn. Blessings.